Welcome, and thank you for joining us. In the high deserts of the American Southwest, the Zuni people have carried sacred knowledge for generations. Among their most beautiful, yet haunting prophecies is this: when the butterflies disappear, the earth will begin to wither. The life cycles that sustain the planet will start to break down. For the Zuni, butterflies are not just insects. They are sacred messengers. They are pollinators that carry life from one place to another. Their presence means harmony. Their absence is a warning. It signals that something is terribly wrong. Today, butterfly populations are collapsing worldwide. Habitat loss, climate change, pollution. Many are beginning to ask, has the Zuni prophecy already begun to unfold? Is the disappearance of the butterfly a sign that the Earth's balance is slipping away? Stay with us as we explore this powerful story. If this message speaks to you, please like, share, and subscribe. Your super thanks and your support help keep these sacred teachings alive and bring them to more people around the world. Thank you for watching. The Zuni tribe, one of the Pueblo peoples of the Southwest, have long revered butterflies as sacred beings. In Zuni tradition, butterflies are more than beautiful creatures. They are deeply connected to rain, fertility, and the renewal of life. They symbolize transformation, emerging from humble caterpillars to become delicate messengers of the spirit world. But butterflies do even more. They are pollinators of plants and of prayers. The Zuni believe that butterflies carry human hopes, whispers of the heart, up into the heavens. You'll find them in Zuni ceremonial dances, in sacred pottery, and in symbolic art, where their wings mirror the sacred geometry of life itself. In Zuni storytelling, butterflies are a sign of balance. When they are present, life thrives. When they vanish, the earth is in danger. Today, with butterfly populations collapsing across the globe, many are asking, is this the sign the Zuni warned us about? Are we witnessing the unraveling of life's delicate web? According to Zuni oral tradition, the disappearance of butterflies will signal a deep sickness on earth, a quiet warning that few may recognize. Until it's too late, the prophecy speaks clearly. When the butterflies grow few in number, when their wings no longer color the fields, when they stop visiting the flowers, that will mark the beginning of Earth's spiritual decline. The air will grow heavier, the plants will struggle to grow, and human hearts will drift further from the natural rhythms of life. But this isn't a punishment. The Zuni say it's a symptom, a sign of imbalance caused by greed, overdevelopment, and the forgetting of sacred relationships. Butterflies are the earth's whisper. Their silence speaks volumes. Their fading presence is not just ecological, it's spiritual. Today, as butterfly populations vanish, the Zuni warning feels more urgent than ever. Can we still restore balance? Or have we already entered the time of withering? Science is now catching up to what the Zuni have warned about for generations. Across North America and Europe, studies are sounding the alarm. Butterfly populations are in sharp decline, especially the monarch butterfly. Once abundant, now vanishing. Over the past few decades, monarch numbers have dropped by as much as 90%, and other species are disappearing quietly, without headlines, without notice. Why? The reasons are many, and all rooted in imbalance. Habitat loss from urban sprawl and deforestation. Monoculture farming wiping out native plants. Pesticides and herbicides, killing both butterflies and the plants they need to survive. And then climate change. It's disrupting migratory paths, altering breeding cycles, and pushing fragile species to the edge. Every one of these modern crises echoes the ancient Zuni prophecy. When the butterflies vanish, the earth will begin to wither. That time may already be here. In many Native American cultures, not just the Zuni, butterflies are considered guardians of the life cycle. They are sacred pollinators, helping plants reproduce, sustaining the web of life. When butterflies disappear, the consequences ripple outward. Crops may begin to fail. Wildflowers may vanish from the land. And the insects, birds, and animals that rely on those plants will begin to decline as well. This is not just an environmental issue. It's a warning. Scientists call it ecological collapse. The Zuni would call it something else. The Earth's way of telling us that life is out of rhythm, that something sacred has been broken. Butterflies, small and delicate, carry a mighty message. Their silence speaks to imbalance. Their absence marks the unraveling of something much greater. Will we listen? Before the web breaks completely, butterflies across cultures and continents are symbols of transformation, hope, and renewal. In Zuni cosmology, their meaning runs even deeper. The butterfly's metamorphosis mirrors the spiritual journey of the soul, from crawling caterpillar to stillness in the cocoon to radiant flight. It teaches us that life moves in cycles, death, rebirth, and continuous renewal. But there's more. The butterfly's delicate wings are not just beautiful. They represent the fragile balance of the natural world. They remind us that life depends on harmony, and that even the smallest shift can break the cycle. So what happens when the butterflies disappear? In Zuni belief, it means the cycle itself is breaking. That transformation is being halted. That the soul of the earth is growing still. It is a powerful warning, and one we cannot afford to ignore. The Zuni prophecy connects the decline of butterflies, not just to the environment, but to something deeper, a growing spiritual disconnection. The signs are all around us. A society driven by greed and overconsumption. The loss of sacred practices, once tied to the land and the turning of the seasons. The poisoning of water, air, and soil, and a widespread forgetting of our sacred duty to care for the earth. The Zuni teach that when people forget they are part of the web of life, the natural world begins to suffer. And when the butterflies vanish, it is one of the final warnings, a gentle but urgent message, that more severe earth changes may soon follow. Floods, droughts, shifting climates, and the collapse of systems we once thought unshakable. But this is not a message of despair. It is a call to remember, to return to balance, to restore sacred connection. One of the leading causes of butterfly decline is something within our control: pesticides and herbicides. These chemicals, used across vast stretches of farmland and suburbs, are silently destroying what butterflies need to survive. They kill milkweed, the monarch's only host plant. They poison adult butterflies on contact. They wipe out plant and insect diversity, leaving pollinators with nothing to feed on. To the Zuni, this would not be just an environmental mistake. It would be seen as a violation of sacred balance. Humans disrupting the natural life cycles for short-term gain, without respect, without gratitude, without foresight. This is not just physical harm. It is a spiritual sickness, because when we poison what sustains life, we poison ourselves. And when the butterflies disappear, it is a sign that we have forgotten our sacred role as caretakers of the earth. The Zuni prophecy warns that this path leads to withering, but awareness can lead to change. Urbanization has destroyed vast stretches of wildflower meadows and native grasslands. These are not just empty spaces. They are essential habitats for butterflies and for countless other species we rarely notice. In Zuni tradition, every plant, every animal has its sacred home, a place it belongs, a place it thrives. But when these sacred homes are taken, the balance is broken. Butterflies lose the flowers they depend on. Birds lose their nesting grounds. Pollinators disappear. And with them, the cycle of life begins to unravel. This isn't just about nature. It's about us. The concrete jungles we build also build walls in our spirits. We grow more distant from the rhythms of rain and bloom, from the pulse of the earth beneath our feet. The Zuni see this disconnection as both a cause and a consequence of spiritual decline. When we forget nature's voice, we lose our own. The Zuni teach that the earth speaks through its creatures, every wing that flutters, every songbird that sings, every tree that blooms, carries a message, and the disappearance of the butterflies is not a silent event. It is a warning, a cry from the earth. That balance is being lost. Today, both scientists and indigenous elders are sounding the alarm. Declining insect populations signal deep environmental trouble. Pollinators like butterflies and bees are vanishing. Without them, plants cannot reproduce, crops fail, and food chains collapse. The Zuni have long understood that butterflies are messengers. They tell us when things are well, and they warn us when the earth is sick. This moment is one of warning, a time to ask ourselves, are we listening? Can we still hear the whisper of wings that once danced through every meadow? Or have we tuned out the voice of the earth? The Zuni prophecy is not just a message of doom. It is also a path to restoration. Yes, the butterflies are vanishing. Yes, the earth is calling out. But the Zuni teach that we can still change course. We can heal if we return to harmony. How do we begin? Protect butterfly habitats, preserve wildflower meadows, and restore native plant areas. Stop using harmful chemicals, pesticides and herbicides. Poison not only pests, but pollinators. Plant butterfly gardens. Grow milkweed. Nurture nectar-rich flowers. Invite the butterflies back. Honor the natural cycles. Reconnect with the seasons, with planting, with sacred traditions tied to the earth. And most importantly, listen to indigenous wisdom. Include native voices in the conversations about our future. The earth is generous, and so are her people. When they are heard, the Zuni believe that by taking these steps, we may restore balance. We may even bring back the butterflies. What makes the Zuni prophecy so remarkable is its accuracy. Centuries ago, without satellites or lab reports, the Zuni warned that when the butterflies disappear, the earth would begin to wither. Today, science confirms it. Butterflies play an essential role in pollination. Without them, flowers go unseeded. Crops fail. Ecosystems weaken. Modern studies show that habitat loss and chemical use are driving these delicate pollinators toward extinction. And it doesn't stop there. The collapse of insect life is affecting birds, animals, and even human survival. But here's what's truly profound. The Zuni didn't need high-tech instruments. They listened, watched, and lived in deep relationship with the earth. Their wisdom came from spirit, from observation, from honoring the signs of nature. Science and sacred tradition now speak in unison. We are in danger, and the butterflies are trying to tell us. The Zuni prophecy about the disappearance of butterflies is no longer a distant warning. It is unfolding right now. The butterflies are vanishing. The Earth's vitality is fading. The balance is breaking. But the prophecy does not end in despair. It offers a choice. If we listen, if we change, if we honor the sacred cycles of life, perhaps the butterflies will return. Perhaps the Earth will heal. The question is, are we willing to act before the last butterfly disappears, before the colors, the pollinators, the ancient messengers, are lost to silence? The flutter of their wings may still carry one last message. It's not too late, but soon it might be. Thank you for watching. If this message stirred something in your heart, please like, share, and subscribe. Every voice, every gesture helps keep these sacred teachings alive. Your super thanks helps us continue to bring ancient wisdom to a world that desperately needs it. Until next time, walk gently and listen for the wings.